What up, y'all? I regret to inform you that Dead End Gaming has been canceled. We are now on Xbox Chat, episode number 1. It's Eric V. It's Tyler D.
What up, though?
We out here doing our thing. No Beezy in the way. Ken, you already know, he ain't been fucking with us for months, so he's not here. Wooly is in Miami, and you got the most important people on the show now. You got it. You've been wanting it.
We said we were gonna like break a PlayStation controller on the on here today. We were gonna like smash it with a hammer.
Yeah. So
set that bitch on fire.
That's what you gotta watch live. We got any gasoline around here? I don't know, dog. But or Black Side Xbox, yes. All right, man. So we're gonna get right into it. What we've been playing. What have you been playing, Tyler?
I finally got a chance to actually try the new Fallout 76 Battle Royale, the Nuclear Winter. And I only got a chance to play it for a little bit because I've been so busy recently. But a lot of people have been saying that it's dope. Like, a lot of people have been having fun with it. And I had fun with it for the for the couple of minutes that I played it. You know, I only got a chance to play one round. But yes, I'm looking forward to experimenting with that some more, especially because I made a point yesterday, even though I didn't really have time to jump on there because I knew that they said that it was going until June 17th. But I found out that's actually just the free to play shit. And it's still like Nuclear Winter is actually still going to be going indefinitely. So, yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to getting back on that sometime this week. And then just the usual, still jumping on Overwatch every now and then, still playing Apex, still trying to find time to get back to Mortal Kombat 11, still playing Rage 2 slowly but surely. So, yeah, just kind of alternating between like 5 games right now.
So there's one game that you haven't mentioned in a while. And
Jackbox?
Yes.
Okay, look, I promise y'all probably this Sunday, because there have been a lot of like Sunday holidays recently. You have Mother's Day, you have Father's Day, Cinco de Mayo. So there's been like a lot going on Sundays recently. So I'm going to try to do it this Sunday. If not this Sunday, then the following Sunday. But yeah, we're definitely going to be Jackboxing again soon. I promise.
The people want that. I want that shit because I'm ready to spit bars and shit, man. So, what have I been playing? A little bit of Tekken 7. I downloaded the Lego Forza joint. I said I wasn't going to. I did it. I also downloaded the Breath of the Wild DLC. Tyler, Kevin, myself, somebody else went to Controllerise last night. And I played some Smash. I played some Tekken Tag Tournament 2. I played some Street Fighter 2. And I want to call my person over here, Myke C-Town. I have a special guest. You never thought you would see him. You saw him in the background of Wooly not doing so hot against Fantano in Smash, and Beezy not doing so hot against Chris of Cheesy Controller. And believe it or not, I didn't do so hot against Myke C-Town. So tell us about the fight, man.
What's there to tell? I mean, it kind of seems like I should be sitting where you're sitting.
Nah, dog.
Because this shit don't... Can you curse on your little podcast?
My little podcast.
Damn. And,
the disrespect. Myke just sat on my balls, sir.
I'm just saying, like, this shit don't make any sense, dude. It really doesn't. I mean, I've been trying to be nice, but...
You've been trying to be nice since
I've
when?
been trying, I ain't saying anything on Twitter until just now.
I didn't see that. I'm glad I didn't.
Man, there's no excuse for what happened. None.
I had my excuse. I got 2
What's
of them.
your excuse?
I got 2 of them.
What's the 2?
I don't play with fight sticks.
I don't even know what a fucking fight stick is.
Man, you
and I still beat your ass.
You was in the arcade playing with them fight sticks on Street Fighter 2, man. Don't lie to me.
What is a fight? What is a fight stick?
The joystick joint with the buttons.
Isn't that what they had when we played last night?
Yes, I'm not good with those.
What are you good with?
Controllers.
Controllers.
Yeah,
it seems like if you're a gamer, you should kind of be versatile, right? You're like one of those whack versatile rappers that just can't freestyle ever. Like, you can write a decent song every now and again, but you really don't have bars.
Cut.
I'm just saying, like, how you let me beat you?
Oh, you also had Dawson. I couldn't really like do shit, man. I did my best, and I have no regrets. I blocked a lot. You can see it on my Instagram video.
What were you blocking with? Because it's like you're blocking with your face, your body.
Yo, I was blocking, bro, but I don't know, man. Mike got hands in Street Fighter apparently, long ass hands.
That wasn't even my game. Like, I didn't even play Street Fighter when I was like into video games 20 years ago.
I wish you had picked somebody else. You weren't trying to pick Dawson. You accidentally picked him. And I was like,
but didn't that make it worse?
Sort of.
Like, how I accidentally beat your ass?
It was like, damn, I picked up the rocket launcher. That's kind of what it was.
But who did you have?
I was Ryu.
You didn't throw a single fireball at me.
Because I can't do the fight stick shit. That's all. I'm not great with the fight stick. You got me fan square, dog. You know, it is what it is. I know I won't have the chance to throw these excuses out when the mic still on. Make sure y'all listen to it on Spotify.
Oh yeah, because we're gonna roast you.
I know it's coming.
We're gonna go back to the mic still on. Guess what happened this other week? I was hanging with them dead end gaming losers. I'm beating their ass.
That shit gonna be on air. That's gonna be on fucking frames per second. Like, is the mic still on? Fucking Black Korea.
At this point, he walk around calling himself the champ because he winning.
The video is on Twitter, by the way. If anybody wants to go watch it.
Oh damn, you put it on Twitter already?
What? Yes, ma'am.
Wow, he figured out technology real quick.
That shit just happened like 15 minutes ago, y'all.
For real, we were just talking about
the video is on Twitter if you want to see me whooping the shit out of Eric. One of them was a flawless victory, which should not have happened.
It shouldn't have happened.
It really shouldn't have happened. It really shouldn't have.
I was like, fuck, it's about to happen. Like, y'all have seen me pull off crazy ass wins at Tekken. But I don't know. Mike got me.
That's always their excuse to, if I was playing something else, it would be a different story, though.
I mean, it would be, but it wasn't.
No, baby, if I wasn't drinking so much whiskey, this wouldn't happen. Just give me one more shot, baby.
I ain't get a whole lot of
Don't tell nobody. Don't tell nobody.
I've been drinking. You know, it was hot. You know,
it was hot. I'll give you that. It was hot.
That burn was hot. All these
it sure
burns,
was.
the smoke is hot.
Man,
Like, I'm trying not to be an instigator, so I'm just like sitting here.
Instigate,
and,
please.
Yeah, why are you trying to?
I mean, y'all don't even need me to instigate. It's plenty, it's plenty shade going around. You don't need me to come in to be the sun. There's shade everywhere in this bitch.
Well, as the person who was behind the scenes holding the camera as the ass whooping took place, it was hard to watch.
I didn't think it was hard to watch. I thought it was funny as hell.
Because, like, after a while, I could tell Eric was actually trying. He's like, all right, hold up now.
That really was the last round. I was like, nah, fuck. That was right after you got the perfect. I was like, nah, fuck that shit.
He's like, oh, no. He's like, nah, we ain't doing this again. And I could tell he was trying hard as fuck. He was trying to jump and dodge and block. But that shit was not working because Dawson got all the range. So he was like, you couldn't even get in on him. Mike knew that. Mike said,
this motherfucker was blocking this shit, too. I'm like, damn, none of my Tatsumaki's hitting this motherfucker, man. My hurricane kicks was hitting you. No.
You got me with one of them.
He don't even know what that shit is. He still beat you.
He said, doesn't matter.
That's what it is.
You gotta change your name.
Oh, Willie's in the chat?
I'm saying y'all keep getting beat. It don't make any sense. Y'all keep getting beat. It was okay when you were getting beat by the cheesy controller guy. It was okay when you got beat by Fantano. There is zero excuse for getting beat by me. There's zero excuse. Because if you're not good at the fight sticks, why would I be good at the fight sticks? I haven't touched a fight stick in 20 years.
You have an unorthodox fighting style. I didn't know what to expect.
Winning, bro.
I didn't know what to expect.
Research that. The fuck does that mean? You do some training on winning, bro.
Because, you just like, oh, shit. You don't know how to play the game, so I don't know what the motherfucker about to do. That's what it was. Y'all know what I'm talking. People know what I'm talking about.
No, nobody knows.
Look at your little chat. Anybody in there know what you're talking about?
Who want to be a little chat? Wait, hold on. Okay, now I gotta jump in.
Anything little, Mike.
Now I gotta jump in. First, it's the little podcast. Then it's the little chat. Like,
well, it looks little. I can't see it.
That's what she said.
I'm saying it's literally little.
They know what I'm talking about. But anyway,
you need to talk to Willie and get some of those. What you said, the 15,000 hours or whatever it is.
15,000.
Is that what it was?
Oh,
it's just 1,000. Well, you need 15,000.
I got a response, but I'm not gonna say anything.
Say it.
I want to thank you for your time, Myke C-Town. And that's it. Okay. You may exit. Yeah, so we got Mike to play some video games. He played some Street Fighter. He played a little bit of Mortal Kombat, and he never actually got beat in Mortal Kombat versus the computer either. He just was like, "All right, I'm done," and walked away. So apparently, man, I think you got that muscle memory. I think it's that Beezy shit, just remembering everything, man. But yeah, that's what happened. So, first news story. It feels like a motherfucking West Coast Customs episode. You can game while you drive. Okay. Tesla. Oh, actually, no, you can't because you have to have the car in park. Yeah. But you can play shit like Fallout Shelter and your Tesla and Missile Command. I'd never want to play Missile Command like in my life. And there's some other game that you can play that I'm not seeing right now. Cuphead. But what is it? Cuphead. Why would you want to play Cuphead in your car?
Game is hard as fuck.
I don't understand why anybody would want to play a game in their car. I mean, you can play it on your phone, sitting in the car. So that just seems unnecessary to me. I can't wrap my head around it. I just feel like it's some extra shit that people just doing extra shit.
That's
it comes
exactly
off like
what it is.
Like a novelty thing. Like, oh, watch you play games on the screen of my car. The fuck they gotta do with anything? Right?
It's a fucking gimmick.
Yeah. Right. Screens in cars ain't new. Y'all remember Big Timers was talking about having screens in the car back in 2002.
Hey,
you know what I'm saying?
She on to something.
That's real. Pretty Ricky mentioned TVs in their seatbelts, which is dumb as fuck.
Wait, what?
Yeah, I don't remember that. Nah, it was off of like some obscure ass track off their first album.
So you was listening to Pretty Ricky's whole album?
It's got a couple bangers on it.
Pretty Ricky made some good songs.
I was in high school.
Yeah.
Let's put that out there. Blue Stars, don't sleep. Oh, and you from Florida, so
exactly. That's what I'm trying to say.
Are they from Florida?
Yeah.
No, I didn't know that. I know literally nothing about them other than like the couple songs they had on the radio.
Yeah.
That Pretty Ricky ain't known for their albums, but their albums do got some hidden gems on them. You just gotta like Pretty Ricky, which you probably don't. It seems like so.
I mean, the songs they had on the radio was cool, but I would never go like buy their album and listen to it. Like the idea had never even occurred to me. And apparently it's a good thing that I didn't because I would have been rolling my eyes at fucking TVs and seatbelts and I might have detached a corny or some shit. You know what I'm saying? So I'm kind of glad that I didn't hear that before.
So I thought this Tesla thing was like you put your car on autopilot and you can play a game while you ride into your destination.
That sounds really dangerous.
Hell no.
But it's on autopilot. Bruh, not to get too graphic, but here we go. There's a porn video of somebody... Like, two people having sex in a Tesla while it's on autopilot.
That's kind of cool. I wouldn't have thought of that. That's dangerous as fuck, though.
I mean, they survive.
Yeah.
The video got uploaded.
Yeah. But it's a major liability for Tesla to allow the games be played while the car is in drive, regardless.
But if it's on autopilot, they believe in it enough to, I don't know, allow you to take your attention off the road, I guess. They probably don't advise that, though.
Per my last statement. That is a major liability on Tesla's part to have the games be available to be played while the car is in drive.
I probably do that shit. But you can just have a Switch. Like, it's a gimmick. It's exactly what you said. It's just a fucking gimmick to say, yo, I got games in my car, bro. What you got? It's like, oh, no, radio. All right.
Y'all niggas still got the radio?
Well, yeah, you got to have the antenna. Like, I don't listen to the radio, but...
I mean, this shit going to make the radio look like a broke nigga thing next. Like, y'all niggas got radio? The fuck? You ain't got no screen in this hoe? You ain't got no.
You can have a radio shelter and a screen.
You ain't got no Fallout Shelter in this bitch. I can't even play Cuphead in your car, bro.
You got no Skyrim in this bitch.
We're gonna make like the new version, like the 2019 version of No Scrubs, and it's like I ain't fucking with niggas that don't have Fallout Shelter in the car.
Oh man, I don't think that. Is there anything else to say about this fucking story?
I don't think so.
No. Riot Games. We've mentioned this a few times. There's a little bit more updates, and the state of California is like, nah, bruh, calling them all the way out. Tyler, would you like to go into detail on this a little bit more?
Well, basically, this has been, I want to say maybe the second or third time that this story has come up in stages. So on Dead End Gaming, I don't remember which episode, but a couple weeks ago, like we mentioned how there was like a mass walkout of their employees that had to do with forced arbitration because there were, harassment accusations and gender discrimination as it relates to hiring and raises and promotions. And because of their forced arbitration rule, like they didn't really have any recourse to get any results. So there was like that mass strike or mass walkout. And so now, like, to take it a step further, the state of California has gotten involved and they're like investigating them for gender discrimination in hiring and promotions and pay in particular. And so the state of California actually came out with a statement saying that Riot Games was not cooperating and not giving them the information and documentation that they need to find out if there is gender discrimination in pay. So it's a big fucking mess over there.
Yeah, in Riot Games, they released a statement saying we sent over 2,500 pages of documents, but the California was like, I don't know nothing about that. And they was like, yeah.
California was like, I would like to see it. Hey, where's Monique?
It's above me.
Where they at, though? That's the next one.
Right. No, for real.
Where they at, though?
But no, I actually saw the first time that I saw this story and saw that it had made it. Well, like I said, we've been talking about it for weeks, but the first time that I saw the most recent installment of this story, it was reposted by a woman who used to work for Riot Games. And she gave like a personal example of how somebody giving this dude that was coming into the company a higher position, because they were like, oh, no man wants to have assistant by his name, or no man wants to be, somebody's writer's assistant. And she's like, that's pretty funny to me to hear as a woman writer's assistant. And I was like, I don't know, I felt like that really kind of poignantly summed up what's going on over there. So yeah, it's fucked up. And of course, that's not the only company where shit like that happens. That's, life. But
yeah. And this is supposedly the biggest walkout in gaming history. Even Bernie Sanders sent a tweet out about gaming companies unionizing the employees. So it's getting some traction.
Wow.
Are you saying that we were ahead of the wave?
Nah, we were a little bit behind it. We were before Bernie, though. He a little slow.
By the time the news hit Bernie, that means it's been out there for a minute.
Right. It took him a while to type that tweet up. Yeah. He's like looking at the phone, like
typing that shit since last
y'all
year.
ever watch like your parents or grandparents like type a text?
Yes.
Yeah. It took Bernie even longer than that. Probably twice as long.
My favorite thing about old people and technology is how they announce everything that's happening in their phones like we care. Oh, look, I'm about to text John this, and I'm gonna say this. She said such and such back. Mom, I'm not in your phone. Why you give me a whole play-by-play for you texting somebody? Oh, I got to call such and such. Okay, Mom, that's fine.
I'm going to go a little bit off topic. Speaking of old people and technology, O.J. Simpson out here wilding.
Oh, my God.
Is funny.
Man, and it shouldn't be funny,
It's
right?
Funny as fuck, bro.
But I've been laughing my ass off at all the O.J. memes and hello, Twitter world, and all this bullshit, man.
Why he keep making videos, dog? You don't just type.
Because people pay attention. Why y'all motherfuckers following O.J. Simpson? First of all,
with the mess, dog.
he got like 500,000 followers. Last time I checked, he probably up to like 650.
He only
now.
been on Twitter for like a week.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And he just keep posting videos. He don't be typing tweets. He just it's like I feel like he thinks it only works when you get in front of your camera. It's like, dog, you can just send words too. Like that nigga think, oh, I gotta turn the camera on to use it. It's like I feel like he records videos and somebody next to him uploads them for him. I feel like that's how he thinks Twitter works.
Yeah, you fucking weirdo, man. You think it's Snapchat or something, man.
This shit's hilarious, dog.
Yeah, unfollow OJ, man. Hashtag unfollow OJ. Stop this shit, man. Y'all fueling the fire.
It's only gonna get worse. If you had asked me, what was that shit, like 20 years ago, did all that shit?
Mm-hmm.
No, like 25 years ago, I think.
It was a good minute ago.
25, I want to say it was 25 years ago. And it just happened, like just in the last week was the 25-year anniversary of the Bronco chase, like down the freeway. Mm-hmm. And if you would ask me 25 years ago, if 25 years from now I would be watching OJ make videos on Twitter, my answer would have been no. I didn't see that shit coming at all. I didn't see that shit coming 2 weeks ago. So, like, yeah, it's a strange time.
Motherfucking internet, man. I love y'all most of the time, but I can't defend this one. Unfollow OJ. God damn it. Man, it ain't too much more news to cover. I'm trying to make sure I'm not missing anything. There has been YouTuber drama with Clean Prince Gaming and IGN and the Quartering about saying reviewers online are too negative and shit.
Yeah.
But I'm all about a well-placed negative review.
Oh, yeah. Do you like Clean Prince?
Yeah, I watch him.
Yeah. His style has changed, though.
Yeah.
He used to do full, like, video essays, like, very well thought out and written video essays. But now he's, like, trying to transition into, like, it's just straight up, like, reviewer and, like, news outlet. And I was just like, I don't know.
Yeah, and that's mainly because he got called out for the shit. And I'm not going to harp on this story for way too long because I know I didn't brief you about it. But again, if it's well-placed negative criticism, then I think it's fine. But they tried to put out a hit piece on these reviewers like Angry Joe for saying, oh, these guys hate gaming and all this type of shit. And I say it all the time. I'm all against yes men. I'm all about the consumer, and I think good reviews empower the consumer. So I think that's real necessary in any industry where a monetary transaction is taking place. So fuck them is all I gotta say. But on to the E3 questions. We got a lot. We didn't get to answer any of them last week because our show went real long.
So now we're going to answer them bitches today.
Yeah. We're going to answer one of Diogen's questions. He's always like, y'all never answer my questions.
They the first one.
Sorry, cuz. All right, here you go. You're only allowed to buy one big title and one indie title from E3. What would it be?
Okay, an indie title, probably Spiritfarer, I think was the name of it, with the little black girl on the boat. Because, and actually, my answer for my bigger game is going to be similar because I don't know. I guess for other people, it probably doesn't matter quite as much. But for me, who's like grown up playing video games and has never really seen myself in them, like seeing myself in video games still means a lot to me. So, like, because that shit is new as fuck. The novelty is not worn off. So Spiritfarer, and then fuck, why can't I remember the name of that game right now? Deathloop. Yeah, thank you. I had loop, but I didn't have the first syllable. So yeah, Spiritfarer and Deathloop, I would say, and a close second to, not even a close second, but a second would be Cyberpunk. But if I had to pick two, I would go with that hashtag Black Girl Magic.
Got you. Cyberpunk, man. I know there's a whole lot of hype about this game, and I don't know, man. I don't want to get too hype about it. I'm always aware of my expectations and all that, so I'm working on lowering those because that trailer did impress me, but like I have been saying a lot, there wasn't a whole lot of gameplay in that specific trailer. I know there is some gameplay footage out there that's older and some newer gameplay footage, but as for my one big game, that's obviously Halo Infinite. My small game, and I had to think about this for quite a bit, it's going to be RPG Time, The Legend of Riot, because it was real unique looking. That was the one where it looked like all drawings and stuff, and it was this adventure book thing. I think that shit is just cool to look at. So
that's interesting. So what intrigues you about that game? Because I think if I'm thinking about the right one, I remember seeing it and being like, oh, if I had kids, I would want them to play this. But I wasn't necessarily. Is that the same game?
Yeah, I think so.
That's why I'm trying to ask a fucking question, and that's kind of where I'm coming from. It's like, when I saw it.
Sorry to interrupt, but I'm loving this for our audio listeners. They're like, why does she get all belligerent? I made a face at her when she said,
oh yeah, I guess
this is
people,
good for
and that
kids.
probably explains why people like think that I'm mean or some shit, because they can't see the faces you be making and the shit you be talking. Anyways, so see, now I forgot what the fuck I was talking about.
the game.
Oh yeah. So I was saying, like I remember when I looked at it. And not even necessarily, because I do a whole bunch of kid shit, you know what I'm saying? So I'm definitely not throwing any kind of shade at anybody for wanting to do kid shit. Like,
I didn't take it as that.
But I'm just wondering, especially when we're talking about what two games you would want to get from E3, I guess what about that one calls to you more than any of the other ones?
Because I've been gaming for all my life, and this is something I've literally never seen in my life, this art style.
That's real.
So that's basically it. I saw something that I've never seen before. And I'm interested to see how it works. It might not be the most fun game, but I'll know that it's something new. And I think Cuphead did a really good job of having a super dope-ass art style, and that pulled people in. Mm-hmm. And then they were in for a rude awakening once that shit was hard as fuck. But, yeah. Next question from Diogen. Again, we answering all the E3 questions today. What constitutes as blank developer 1 E3 to you?
I would say buzz, probably. Like I think that at this point in like the universe, as it relates to how big, trending is, or like your internet presence is, or to what degree people are talking about you, and how that, makes whatever it is that you said or did proliferate even more. I think that I think that in this day and age, like creating buzz. So that's why things, like having fucking Keanu come out and everybody's talking about Keanu. Like, I honestly think that, and this is no shade to Microsoft, of course, but I feel like if they had not brought Keanu out, people would not have been talking about their conference nearly as much as they were. And so, little shit like that, just creating buzz so that people are talking, or if something happens that people are memeing, this spreading like that. Like, I feel like that has a huge impact on, where you place in the idea of winning E3.
Yeah, and even without the heckler, the breathtaking heckler, like, it still wouldn't have been as big. So, like, that guy and Keanu's response to that guy all made it memeable and a thing that everybody was talking about. For me, what's up, Kevin? You making a face?
That video Myke posted is already at 63 likes and counting.
Myke is famous. I thought you had learned that last night.
No. Last night was me as it was an introduction to Myke as a celebrity, not Myke being famous. Now I realize he's famous. Gotcha.
Welcome to Earth. Punch alien in face. Anyway, for me, Nintendo won E3, and that was because it had a lot. Even if it was a game that I personally didn't give a fuck about, I saw gameplay. I've been saying this for a long ass time. I saw gameplay, and for some of it, like Astral Chain, for instance, if I saw a CGI trailer of that, I probably wouldn't really give a fuck. But the gameplay looked really dope. No More Heroes. I've been waiting to play that for a long time. The whole Dragon Quest Heroes reveal, and I know people are kind of iffy about that, but that was dope as fuck to me. The Banjo reveal, they were still missing some things like Bayonetta, and I'm sure y'all feel like some other shit was missing, but that when I saw it, I was like, I think Nintendo won. I felt the most feels during Nintendo's conference, so I guess feeling feels constitutes winning E3 to me. Next up, we got Koi Kid. What up, Koi Kid? He says, hello. He always makes it like so formal, but like you could just type the question. He types hello, comma, enter. How is
like he's writing a letter, like
yeah,
dear
exactly.
Dead End Gaming.
Sincerely. P.S. Loving the shirt, Tyler. So he said, how is the perfect conference to you? I think we kind of went over that already. Well, what would you say is the perfect conference to you? Because you did it on like a macro scale, the memeability, people talking about it. For you, what makes an E3 show like that shit?
Well, yeah, I mean, I would actually say because, like Bloodbath said when he sent out the stuff earlier that, or wait, no, maybe that wasn't. Maybe when you copied the question, like the person was saying that they want to see trailers back to back. Was it? Who said that?
That was Koi.
Oh, okay, my bad. Well, yeah. So, Koi, when you say that you want to see trailers kind of back to back, I'm kind of the exact opposite because I like the spectacle. I like to see something new and different. And of course, when you're seeing trailers, especially if it's, a new title or something like that, you're seeing something new and different. But, those extra moments to make it even more interesting or exciting, or kind of the, not shock value, but I don't know. I like to see a little bit more than just, trailer. Because I can watch that online. Like I can go on YouTube and just watch a bunch of trailers. So I want to see something, special and eventful when I'm watching E3.
How'd you feel about Bethesda's? You remember the people who were on camera and they were talking about what the games meant to them? You remember they were showing like whole different types of people?
So I actually didn't watch, like I caught up on Bethesda's presentation like later on, but I didn't watch the whole thing. I more so watched the things that everybody was talking about from it. Yeah. And then I meant to go back and watch the whole thing and I just didn't have time. For the same reason I barely had time to play video games recently because my schedule's just been like not hot.
Gotcha.
My schedule's not hot.
You're done now. Quick maths. That's what I was about to say. So I think that filler is fine as long as it's entertaining filler. I remember during Sony's conference, I felt like they wasted so much goddamn time with these musical instruments and solos. Wait, yeah, they had
musical numbers.
Like,
yeah,
they had
that whole orchestra.
Yeah, and they were playing like video game music or whatever. And I'm like, yo, like, like get to the point. That's
where these games at? Though?
Yeah, where the games?
I don't watch Sony shit.
And
like, y'all said that like I knew. Like I'm like, what happened? Sony did something.
Well, for the people out. Yeah, last year. That's how they.
Well, I knew it wasn't this year.
Yeah. God damn. Ooh, undefensible shots. So yeah, that was pretty annoying to me. And in Sony's conference last year, they just had people sitting at desks and talking and shit, and I'm like, save that for the end. Like, give us the roundup. I don't need a halftime show or how you feel about whatever the fuck. So I think a good balance of trailer and gimmicks like John Bernthal and his dog, or Keanu and you're breathtaking, like that shit is cool to me.
I feel you. I mean, I definitely would say that you got to find a healthy balance, because at the end of the day, you are still at E3. So yeah, like have the little moments, have something that's eventful, out of the ordinary. But at the end of the day, people want to see what you're there to show them. So like orchestras and shit sounds like a little much, like they're just doing too much.
And it was, and they did that shit like at least 3 times, and them shits was like 6 minutes. I'm like, yo,
wow,
like show me the game. They'll play the music from The Last of Us. I'm like, just show me The Last of Us. I'm not
okay. That's actually
this.
like pretty ridiculous.
And it was because they were moving people from like area to area, and I'm like, don't y'all know this shit is live, bro? Mm-hmm. So maybe that's why they went with the state of play.
I will say this though. Was it overproduced? Yes. But did it look really cool and atmospheric? Also yes. But did we want to see it? No.
That's real. We got Jay Denham. He says, are there any new IPs or games that you weren't interested in that at first that caught you by surprise and have captured your interest?
Gangsta Bambi.
I forgot the name of that game.
Into the Woods.
Yes.
Way to the Woods.
Yeah, something like
Grand
that.
Theft Auto
Wish a
Bambi.
nigga
Wait. The Way to the Wish a Nigga Woods. Way to the Woods is the name of that game.
I'm gonna call it The Way to the Wish a Nigga Woods from here on out. I don't want to even hear the real name of the game anymore. Like that's what it is now.
I mean, I'm with you. Death Loop. As soon as I saw that shit, I'm like, yo, I gotta see this. He was like, I already saw it.
But actually, I would say, Mike, my answer would be, and like I said, I mean, I'm hypest about Deathloop because one, it just looks dope. The concept looks dope. There's black people in it, so they're hitting a lot of major marks for me. But my answer to this question would actually be Cyberpunk, because I didn't know about Deathloop before E3. Like I hadn't really heard anything about it. But like I had heard people talking about Cyberpunk, but I hadn't really paid a whole lot of attention to it, and I wasn't hype about it. So seeing the trailer made me hype about it in a way that I wasn't before, because, you know, and like I said, I had heard about it, but just didn't really take the time to look into it. And I knew other people were hype about it, and I was like, oh, okay, whatever. But when I like actually saw at E3, when I saw the trailer for the first time, I was like, okay, now I'm excited about that shit. Like I will probably cop that on day one.
I want to cop, maybe I want to cop Outer Worlds on day one. I don't know yet though. But obviously I want to. Oh, just remembered. I need to facts only myself. Final Fantasy VII. I said that it was not episodic. It is episodic. So my bad. Meant to put that at the beginning, but Mike hurt my feelings. Next question.
Your new go-to excuse.
Wesley Rocco.
We need the fucking Sony orchestra for Eric's hurt feelings to come in here. Let's get some violins in this bitch.
We need it.
Next week you're gonna mess something up. You know, I'm still kind of recovering from what Mike hurt me.
Still licking my war wounds. Wesley Rocco asks, which game release at E3 left you with more questions than answers?
Halo Infinite.
Really?
Yeah, because I mean, they didn't really answer anything. And the thing is I wasn't asking, like I knew that there was going to be another Halo at some point, but I wasn't really asking. They didn't really tell us. I mean, it was dope. Like the trailer was dope, but you know, like we were saying, I think it was on like last week's episode, like we still don't really know anything about what it is or like what's going to be happening. So
that's also my answer. And that's why I'm like, oh shit. But yeah, Halo Infinite. I was waiting a long time to see when this game would come out. We got that answered, but I have more questions. I don't know if there's going to be some type of battle royale aspect to it, which I'm kind of expecting now. But
yeah, that's the trend these days.
Yeah, and maybe I would enjoy it. You know, I heard that Call of Duty's battle royale is dope. I had a brain fart. Anyway, I heard that their battle royale is dope, and Halo's should be dope with all the vehicles and shit. So I don't know.
Yeah, I can see that being lit. And like the thing for me is that like I've always been way more into like PvP Halo than like campaign Halo. Always. Like when I used to play Halo 3 all the fucking time, and I mean all the fucking time, like boyfriends got mad at me for playing Halo 3 all the time. That's a thing. I was always just playing PvP. I don't think I've ever played a Halo campaign in my entire life. I just always played online because that was just always my favorite thing to do.
You missing out. Also, you got the thirsty dudes even thirstier with that. Like, girl, you can play video games all day. I don't care. We can play together. Jay Denham, again, was Just Dance reveal your biggest E3 highlight? It's a joke question. The answer's no.
You could have skipped that one.
I wanted to answer it. I said I'm answering all the questions. I do what I say.
You ain't have to mean it literally.
I say what I mean, and I mean what I say.
There's a couple troll questions that I saw. Well, not troll, but like ones that can't be. Yeah.
Yeah. Like our next question from Stummy, the 2161. Why is Smash the best game at E3?
Yep, that's exactly the one that I was thinking about when I said that.
I'm sure it was. Damn. Next. We acknowledged it. We gave you we said your name. No grind, no GP. Which conference is the biggest disappointment of E3? Disappointment assumes expectations, which I did not have.
That's exactly what I was going to say. Not in those words, but like that's exactly how I feel. I wasn't disappointed by anything because I wasn't in a position to be disappointed.
Right. I guess even though I don't think it's a bad conference, I know people think that I think that it is. But I wanted more information on Halo Infinite, and I wanted something from Project Scarlet. Now, the reason why I wanted more was because the information that we did already know wasn't officially released. It wasn't like the PlayStation 5 where there's some official interview with somebody. These details were all leaked, and we knew all the details that they had rolled out. So I didn't learn anything new. So I was disappointed by not knowing a price or an actual name or a box silhouette or something.
Well, actually, I think that poses a really interesting question. Like, do you think that if a leak comes out that it's then the company's responsibility to provide more information that they were already planning on providing because of that leak?
No, it's not the responsibility. Should they?
Yeah, responsibility may not be the best word, but
I think it would be, I think they probably should if they have those details, but they might not even have the name yet. They might not have the plastic case they want to fit all the hardware into yet. Mm-hmm. So they can only give what they have, and they might not have that, but I think they probably should have dug a little deep and like, all right, here's the name we're going with. But I don't know. Maybe it would have been too early as well. So I think about that too. I always try to be as fair as possible.
Yeah, it's like a year and a half in advance. And also that reminded me, I just saw an article this week that was talking about how they've stopped adding titles on Xbox One, like backwards compatibility, because they're starting to shift their focus into Project Scarlet. So I saw that a couple of days ago, that apparently the last round of games for Xbox One backwards compatibility has, they've cut that shit off. Damn. You're done now. Girl told me take off your jacket. I said, okay, I'm done.
Are you?
For now.
All right.
I mean, at least I'm not singing the other song that y'all don't want to hear, which I will be, soon.
Yeah, let's save it for the post show. What was I about to say, yo? Damn, you threw me all the way off.
He's probably going to say at least Xbox has backwards compatibility.
The PS5 is going to have it too.
Hey, are we talking about the PS5? No, we're talking about the Xbox. At least the Xbox has backwards compatibility.
Currently, yes.
And
So that's what I was going to say. I remember them releasing a video, I believe on Twitter, that was saying that the Xbox One games are going to be backwards compatible on this Project Scarlet machine. I don't know if that means all the games are, but they're working really hard to make them perform better, just like on from PS4 to PS5. So I'm excited for that shit. But most of my games are digital, so hopefully I can download the games that I already own, which Xbox has been good for. Mm-hmm. PS4, not so much. So, yeah.
It's going to be a minute before they figure that out. They just figured out how to let people change their names. So
that's real. Maybe they just started giving a fuck. The last question is from No Grind, No GP, and we just answered it. It was, what are our thoughts on Xbox Scarlet? Do you have any extra thoughts that we didn't touch on just now?
No, other than like kind of what I've been thinking about as it relates to Project Scarlet is at what point I'm going to cop it. And like, for example, with the Xbox One, I didn't upgrade from my 360 to my Xbox One until Fallout 4 came out, and I had to because I had been waiting for that title for years. And other than that, I think that that's kind of generally when I decide to upgrade to a new system is when there's something that comes out that isn't on the gen that I already have. So I don't know if I'm planning on copying the next Xbox like as soon as it comes out.
If the PS5 controller is better than the PS4 controller, would you cop it over an Xbox or a project.
So y'all can't see that I'm like throwing up in my mouth right now, like those of y'all that are listening to this instead of watching it. I mean, it's unlikely. I'm not gonna say, I'll never say never, you know, but it's very unlikely. There would have to be some fucking astronomical, like fucking meteor shit, like a meteor hit the earth.
And it's mainly the controller though.
The controller and brand loyalty, probably to some degree. If anything, I would buy both, but I think that it's very unlikely. I can't imagine the circumstances that would have to occur for me to like buy the PS5 only, or even buy it first, you know. But
same,
you know, it's entirely possible that, you know, depending on what's going on, I might decide to get both of them. But like, just switch them out, like hell nah. No.
Would you?
No, I'm just like
No. Would you get a Stadia instead of the next Xbox or PS5? No.
And that's I think we kind of talked about that on that episode. Like for me, as a console gamer that's been a console gamer for my whole life, like nah. I mean, I went through a PC phase, but I mean, for the most part, yeah, no. It maybe later, like 10 years from now, depending on what Stadia is doing, but to me, that's still not real.
I got you.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Stadia not real, but their price point was real reasonable. I will say that, because for $130, and you get like a couple months or like a year or two's worth of whatever their membership is. I was like, that's actually pretty decent, because you know the consoles that we finna be paying for the year for that, or like next year, whenever they drop in, it's gonna be at least a good $400 or $500 off top.
Yeah.
I don't care about money.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying?
My bad. All right. No.
Money ain't a thing. Word to who the fuck made that song?
Balling out here.
But no, real talk. I still wouldn't, like, price point difference wouldn't make me go with Stadia over a console, just because I still have that mentality that you game on a Xbox or a PlayStation, you know?
Yeah. And the data limit, man.
Yeah.
That data cap shit, like, or ISP's data cap. I have a terabyte of data, and I think you can use that up in 65 hours, I believe is what the number was on 4K. And every time I think about that, I'm like, nah, I'm straight.
They gonna make everybody upgrade their internet packages. It's just like, dog.
I mean, the internet company's gonna take straight advantage if Stadia takes off.
They need to start working on partnerships right now. Like, they need to start working on all kind of partnerships. Like, this is our Stadia package. This will help you game in 4K.
Yeah.
Like, if there was marketing geniuses like us, they would do that.
And I mean, even without Stadia, Sony and Microsoft are working on their own streaming services anyway. Hey, so shit's on the way. But fuck all that. E3, is there a point to it anymore? Is the topic of today. I want to put it out there. I'm not just throwing that question out there. Kevin put it on the show notes.
I would say so. Yeah, I would say so. I mean, because it's a big I mean, this is the first thing that popped in my head to compare it to, and that's actually not a good comparison, so I'm not going to use it.
Was it WrestleMania?
No.
Okay.
I mean that could work. I mean, actually what I was thinking about was like the NBA finals, just because those just finished. And like the reason why that's not the best example is because in that instance, you're actually coming up with a winner and a champion. So that's not exactly the same thing. But I'm more so thinking about this idea of a big event that everybody looks forward to, and that companies plan for.
I was thinking Christmas, honestly. It's Christmas for gamers, but it's more like a sales catalog because you don't have them. It's just like Best Buy rolled out the sales shit. Look at all the shit you can buy, but
that's
it's
real.
Actual video and motherfuckers playing wind flutes and shit.
But I'm thinking specifically in terms of like it kind of puts all, you know, game developers and like it puts everybody kind of on this same page of we need to have some shit to show everybody at this exact time. That's kind of what I mean about that. It's kind of an event and a spectacle that gives, I mean, I guess it's kind of like the Christmas thing in the sense that it gives gamers something to be excited about. And so, I want to think about that a little bit more, but off the top of my head, I feel like it's still the move. I don't know.
Yeah, it's super necessary. I mean, people still give a fuck. As long as people give a fuck, I give a fuck. You know what I mean? And this is the last year before a new console generation, and supposedly, historically, those E3s aren't the greatest, but next year is going to be lit.
Yeah.
That shit is going to be crazy.
I feel like the only reason that people still go is because they sell tickets to people. I feel like if it was more of a behind-the-scenes trade show, kind of like it used to be, it wouldn't be as big. Because at this point, the way the internet is set up, everybody just drop directs, kind of like Nintendo does. And then even Sony slowly stopped going because it's just like, I'm only really paying y'all to rent out a space to talk about my own stuff. But it would be much cheaper to do it in-house, just record a video that I can control and drop at my own time and get the same effect.
I think it's different to be in front of that crowd, like on that stage, because you have it's more organic, and moments like you're breathtaking can happen. With Nintendo Direct, they have their planned jokes. It's like, oh, his name's Bowser too, and that's cute or whatever, but that's really it. But if you're in the audience and everybody's feeling the hype, that automatically lets these investors know, like, okay, this stock's about to go up because people give a fuck about it or whatever. It's a little bit different, I think.
I feel like the actual idea of E3 is a great idea, and it'll probably continue, but the way it is presented, I don't know. I feel like it just become a showcase week type of thing. I feel like most companies are going to start backing out instead of feeling like they have to have E3 presence. Because look out, Sony didn't show up, but Sony still talked about it all the time. Sony ass was not there in the slightest, but they still let some news drop out to them. Like,
but I still think that it was noteworthy to people that Sony wasn't there. Like,
because Sony said
I don't know if it I won't say necessarily that it harmed them.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there are other whack shit that they've been doing recently has harmed them, but I think that it's one of those things where everybody would have to decide to be like, fuck it, in order for it to effectively die.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think one or two companies deciding not to do it, even major ones. I don't know. I mean, I feel like it's been a thing for so long at this point, and something that we as gamers look forward to. And that, like I said, they kind of do, like, target their marketing strategies around and all that shit.
Unless they start controlling their own narrative and having their own little mini events like the Sony State of Plays. Kind of like how Apple has an event almost every quarter to announce some shit.
Man, when them State of Plays come out, nobody be talking about them shits, man.
We do, because we have to, but
they don't.
That's not included.
That doesn't count. Yeah.
We don't talk about that shit off the mic, do we?
No. Not at all. That should be coming up in my daily conversation, but it's just like, if they sold it correctly, they could make those pop more. But they just... I don't know.
They just gotta show cool shit.
Yeah.
They don't really gotta sell it.
Or some new shit.
Yeah.
Stop showing us shit that's not gonna be like first party Sony exclusives. Like, show some shit that Screech wanted to see or some. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and for that reason, I'm glad they're not coming to the stage. Like, don't waste our time. Just give us the option if we want to watch it or not. I mean, we still have the option with other E3 shows, but I'm not trying to sit through a musical performance. I know I keep harping on that shit, but I'm just having flashbacks. Bitch.
Not it was fucking Sony Broadway in this bitch.
Yeah.
Sony Broadway.
Man. So I think we agree that E3 is necessary, at least for now still. I want to go. I want to go to E3 one year. Shit, invite us. I know we've been talking shit. Me more than others. But shit.
Fucking DEG at E3 next year, bitches.
That's right, man. Y'all better watch out.
That shit rhymes, so it has to happen now. That's how it works.
It is how it works.
Them the rules.
It is in the rule book. So.
All right, so Kevin also has something else in the notes. One gotta go.
Oh.
One of these conferences.
Yeah, which conference do y'all feel like y'all could have done without? Out of the main ones we talked about.
I wanted to say EA.
I was going to say EA.
I literally did without it.
I was going to say EA.
Y'all didn't talk about EA.
So yeah, to give you a little bit of background on EA, we did a live watch of Xbox's E3 show. And Kevin was like, maybe we could do the EA show and watch that live. And I'm like, don't nobody give a fuck about that. Let's not even worry about it. Let's sleep in on Saturday and we're going to see each other on Sunday. Sure enough, nobody gave a fuck about EA's conference. So
I ain't even afraid to admit that I texted him during the conference and said, look, bro, I ain't going to hold you. You were absolutely correct on wanting to skip this conference.
And I did not watch that bitch anyway. I'm just like, oh, okay, it was trash.
I still ain't seen it.
Kevin,
I just read the cliff notes.
Yeah.
Kevin watched it for research purposes. Guys, up to date.
So of the ones that we watched Xbox, we watched Bethesda partially, Square Enix, Nintendo.
Those are the only ones that really matter.
Ubisoft.
Did y'all say anything about Ubisoft? Did y'all care about
Yeah,
Ubisoft?
a little bit.
Yeah, we talked about it.
So that's 5.
That's rough.
So you
maybe
want to go in order of which ones you want to keep first, and that way you can narrow down your list faster. Which ones?
I don't know if I can narrow down this whole list. I mean, I've said Nintendo is my winner. Square is probably second for me.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh wow. Okay.
Same theme. A lot of gameplay. Shit that I was excited for other people for, like Final Fantasy VIII. Like I don't really give a fuck, but I'm happy that other people do. Like I'm happy for y'all. Good job. So yeah, Square is probably second. I would place Xbox in third. Maybe then Ubisoft and then Bethesda.
Damn.
I didn't hate Bethesda though. That's why I say
You
it's
thought it was
tough.
worse than fucking Ubisoft?
Why you said it like the first people say? You said it correctly. That's making it funnier. She called it Ubisoft.
I'm trying to think of what I saw from Ubisoft. Okay, so I saw Rainbow Six zombie version, and I was like, that's kind of cool. The Tom Clancy Ghost Recon game. I was like, they showed a lot of mobile games. All right, yeah, Ubisoft is the bottom, and then Bethesda.
Why you let her sway you like that?
No, I mean, it's a conversation. She was correct. I'm not just gonna be like, no, nigga, like, I don't give a fuck about these companies, dog. I never have. Nah, I agree with you. So, yeah, I'll put Ubisoft on the bottom, and Bethesda is right. That's still tough, man, because they showed a whole lot of mobile shit too, with that Elder Scrolls shit that I personally didn't give a fuck about. And
But Deathloop.
that was Bethesda.
That was Bethesda.
That's a good point.
They gotta stay.
That's a good point. Ubisoft, they gotta go for me. So,
Yeah, that was my answer too. If I had to rank mine, I don't like ranking shit,
me.
but you know, definitely.
You don't gotta rank them. You can just say which ones is definitely.
Yeah, the
didn't mean
ones
to,
that
it
would
just kinda
definitely
happened.
say
Yeah.
would for me would be Microsoft, Bethesda, not necessarily in that order because I said I'm not ranking, but you know, I'm gonna say it backwards this time just to make sure y'all know I'm not ranking. Bethesda, Microsoft, Nintendo, and even though I'm not really a Nintendo head like that, like other people, I still respect what they're doing and the fact that they're always gonna have a fucking like foothold. Like period, like that's just never going away. So even though I didn't have anything to get hype about because I haven't owned a Nintendo since Nintendo 64, I still respect what they're doing and like I'm happy for you, like those of y'all that fuck with Nintendo super heavy. And so I don't even really remember anything that jumped out at me or that I cared about from Square. So both of those
They could go too.
Yeah.
She said both of y'all could get it. I don't give a fuck about either one of y'all niggas.
Final Fantasy VII, man. And again, we had seen gameplay of it, but just seeing more of it made me really impressed. Which company had oh shit, I fucking forgot. I'm gonna get to that in a minute. But which company had the Dragon Ball Z game, the Kakarot?
That was Square.
That was Square? Okay. And I saw some gameplay of that online.
Are you sure?
I feel like it was.
I don't know.
It was Microsoft.
Microsoft.
It was
Yeah.
Microsoft.
Because we all watched it together, and you asked me.
You're
about
right.
it. That was Microsoft.
You're right. I saw some gameplay of that, and it is an action RPG. It is the same Dragon Ball shit we've always seen for the past since fucking Budokai 1. If you don't want to go back too far, but it looks cool to me. I want to play it. I don't want to buy it day one.
Honestly,
What?
we might have flip flopped on this one because I've seen it, and like I've seen like a demo of it. And I was like, I don't know if I'm as excited about this anymore. And I was the actual Dragon Ball Z fan, and you was like, I don't know about this.
I love Dragon Ball Z.
Okay, I've never heard you say that you enjoy the show that much.
I'm 30. I'm fucking with you, dog. He's like, what?
The fuck does that do with anything?
Everything. Nah, but yeah, I thought it looked straight. So what I had the flashback about just now was that fucking Avengers shit.
We should leave that alone, dog. Leave it alone, dog.
So
Leave it alone,
where did I put
dog.
Square?
Oh my god.
Where did I put them?
You put Square pretty high.
I put them like second.
Yeah, you put Square mad high, and we was both confused. Like, huh? You don't even play JRPGs like that.
I do though. I play damn near everything, and
You put Square high as fuck.
I play the most RPGs on the podcast. I guess
easily.
So it's not gonna move it all the way down, but I'm gonna put it below
Is it because
Xbox.
they said they announced a new Persona thing? Is that why you put them so high?
I didn't even think about that, and that's not Square. That's Atlas. Before we get fact only.
Wasn't they at the Persona? I mean, wasn't they at the Square conference?
I don't fucking know. I don't remember, dog. But that Avengers shit hurt my soul. Hurt my soul.
I still don't understand, like, why y'all were so up in arms about that.
I was reading an article about it, about why people are upset about it.
It's not just
I did see that. I saw that other people were also.
And people were saying it was because they look similar to the MCU characters while looking different. So it was too close yet too far. I simply think, especially Captain America's costume and Thor's costume, I just don't like. It looks so like clunky and shit. And yes, it could look better in 2020, but I've been waiting to see this since 2017. So that's the main. And I'm a huge ass Marvel fan, so it just it pained me. And I like. And motherfuckers just keep trying to tell me like, oh, it's because you're used to the MCU, bitch. I've been playing Marvel games since the NES. I'm used to them looking crazy and weird and all of that, but those games.
You said that bitch with your chest, like, damn, I wasn't even prepared. I jumped. I was like, you weren't even talking to me, and I was like, oh.
I'm trying to channel you. You know what I mean? Trying to channel your spirit, bitch. I've been playing Marvel games for a long time, so don't tell me why I don't like the way these motherfuckers look. It's not because they don't look like the MCU people. I didn't expect them to look like Scarlett Johansson and Chris Evans and Chris Hemsworth and whoever Bruce Banner is right now, Ruffalo. I didn't expect them to look like them. I didn't want them to look like them. I know they didn't have that license, so I didn't expect that shit. I just expected them to look not butt ugly, really. That's it, really. I think they're butt ugly characters.
I didn't feel like they were ugly.
Yo, you really gonna sit here and act like Captain America didn't look like Bruce Willis?
Bruce Willis isn't ugly.
You gonna sit here and act like Black Widow didn't look like Lord Farquaad from Shrek? Just look up a picture of her right now. You gonna like comparison? They're the same person.
But I didn't think they were ugly.
So if I had never played or heard of the Avengers, I think I would still look at the characters and be like, yo, they look weird. I probably wouldn't say like they're ugly. Because I'm used to like super attractive people being all the characters or whatever, but I'll still be like, they look a little weird. Like,
it don't matter who they supposed to be, they not it. Yeah. Period. They look like a no.
So
all of them, everybody.
And they dare say they're hearing the feedback. They haven't fully committed to saying we'll change how they look, but they say, hey, we hear you guys out. That's all we got right now.
This is Sonic all over again.
Hey,
this is the Sonic movie.
I am
the sequel.
Willing,
it definitely is.
I am willing for them to make that change. And it's much easier to do because it's a video game and they got until 2020.
Where's the petition? Because Kevin will sign it.
I will sign that shit.
Because they look a hot ass mess. Everybody.
Yeah.
All of them.
I'm a little butthurt about it.
They should have never gave you niggas internet, dog.
They should have never gave them niggas a license that was going to make the characters look like that. That was the first problem.
I'm not going to be mad if they push it back to 2021.
No.
Take all the time.
Do
take
what
all
you
the time
do,
you need.
Because it looked fun. It looked fun.
And I'm sure I'll enjoy it. And I think I heard, I don't know, I don't want to put out misinformation. I think I heard that it's a single player campaign. If that's true, that's going to hurt a little bit too.
I thought they were saying it was multiplayer.
This is a multiplayer game, but maybe the story, I don't know. That might be completely fucking wrong. So with that, that's all I got. Avengers, I'm sad still. I'm glad I got to put my thoughts out there a little bit more.
Cue Sony Orchestra. Cue the violins.
Where's my wind flute? But yeah, man, that's it. That's it for DEG. Catch y'all next week with Wooly and Beezy if they decide not to be lazy this week. Nah, they out of town. But yeah, we'll see them next week, y'all. Thank you for sticking with us. Shout out to Kev. Shout out to Mike. Even though.
Shout out to that ass whooping.
Yeah, nah, no shout out. Can't edit that out. Peace.
Peace, y'all.